What's going on, everyone? My name is Suboptimal and I'm just a typical Indian guy who makes videos about web development and productivity. In this video, I'll go over the things that I wish I knew before I installed VS Code, and the three key features that I determined that are most useful but least explained when you start out with VS Code are extensions, settings, and key bindings. When you first get started, you can easily set up your project and you can easily start coding, but what you won't realize is that there's a ton of useful extensions. You won't realize how to change your settings to maybe remove a mini map or something like that, or how VS Code key bindings work. And these are the three really important things that you guys should be aware of so that you can optimize your workflow. Before we get started, I'm just gonna ask for one small favor from you guys. That is to leave a like for the YouTube algorithm. Now, it does take me a lot of time and effort to plan and edit these videos, so a small like could really go a long way in helping me and the channel out. Awesome. With that out of the way, let's get started. So when you're working with something like Vim or maybe Sublime Text, that's where I came from before, I always found it difficult to install different plugins, but VS Code made it super easy to do that. Let me show you guys how you can go to the extension section and download whatever extension you might need. When you first open up VS Code, it'll ask you to pick a directory that you want to, open up. So I picked my dev directory, and inside of my dev directory, I got all these projects. In order to go to the extension section, you're gonna have to, you'll notice that this icon is selected. This is the Explorer tab, but you wanna go down here, and that's the extensions section. And another way to do it is you can press Command-Shift-X on Mac or Control-Shift-X on Windows. So that'll open up the extensions section. And so let me just walk you guys through like how I think about extensions, right? For example, I've been using Tailwind for like the past few weeks. And if you notice here, right, there's all these classes, and it was really hard for me to think about all these classes and come up with them on the spot. So what I would do is I'd go to the Tailwind website and I'd be like, okay, what options does text have, right? Like it has text XL, you got text LG, etc., etc. But then I found out there was a Tailwind extension that does exactly that. So I went to this section and I searched up Tailwind. And here it was. This was the extension here, and then I installed it. And as soon as I did that, I got auto suggestions. So if I press Command Space like this, I got all these auto suggestions for my specific project. The reason I'm telling you about this is that that's something that was useful for me. So I got Tailwind, but you might be working with Bootstrap, right? And so VS Code makes it really easy to just search up different extensions. And in this case, if I was working with Bootstrap, I'd probably like Google which one of these is the best one, and I would just install it. And it looks like, this one's has over 1 million downloads and it got a 4.5 rating. So I'd assume this is, the best one. So, you can easily search extensions, whether you're a front-end developer, whether you're a Python developer, right? You can do Python and you'll see a ton of Python extensions. There's also Docker extensions if you're a DevOps. There's a ton of different extensions to search up. So this is how you can easily get your VS Code up to date with whatever framework that you're working with. And of course, there's also extensions to just, customize how VS Code looks. So for example, right now I'm running the Dracula theme, but I can change my color theme and I can go to Groovebox. This is another one. This is the Groovebox material color theme that I also tend to use on occasion. And you'll notice that it looks like this. And again, these are all the extensions that I have, but point is, you guys should be aware that you can install a ton of things in extensions, and you should definitely get started in the extensions section if you download VS Code. So now that you guys understand, how you can add extensions to help you with your general workflow, there are a few things that you need to know for, updating your VS Code itself. And one common thing that I see a lot, especially on like the VS Code subreddit or something like that, is somebody just downloaded VS Code and they see this like minimap thing. They're like, how do I remove this minimap? Or how do I customize my VS Code in general? And that's where Settings.json comes into play. In VS Code, there's two aspects where you can customize your project, right? Or your entire workspace. That is either settings.json or the settings tab. Both of these are basically synced, so they basically represent the same thing. And the only difference is that, settings.json is a JSON file, and the settings section is not a JSON file. It looks, more like a normal thing that you would configure. Let me just show you guys real quick what happens, right? Say right now my window level is zoomed at 2. So if I zoom in a little bit more, wait, let me bring this up here as well. If I zoom here, it should, turn to 3 here and 3 here. There you go. So I press Command plus to zoom in on my window, and it changed in both places. Now I got 4 here and 4 here. And so basically these two are synonymous. And sometimes you'll see on, different websites like, oh, change this in your settings.json, which basically means you can either change it in settings.json or you could change it on the settings section. And so you might be wondering, how do you actually get here? And so there's a simple command for this, and that command is Command-Shift-P. So if you press Command-Shift-P, this will open up all the available commands. From here, you can search for settings. So you can either open user settings, which will open up this thing, or you can open up settings.json, which will open up this thing on the left over here. So, that's two ways you can open up whichever one you want. And so since I have this already open, let me just show you guys, a sample thing that you might want to do if you just installed VS Code and you see this minimap thing and you're kind of annoyed at it, right? Right, you can go to minimap, and here you'll notice here, right, you got controls whether the minimap is shown or not. So right now, because I already have that setting set to true, if I uncomment this, right, and then I save the file, you'll notice that this is going to get set to false and the minimap is going to go away. Right, now the minimap's gone, I saved the file, and the minimap's back. And then if I comment it again and save the file, it's going to be defaulted to true. So, basically what I'm saying is settings.json is the second thing that you need to know how you can customize your VS Code. There's a lot of things in here, and so whenever you see something in VS Code, whether it's this bottom line over here, or maybe you want to change, your color for the theme, right? Like the color theme. Right now I'm using material dark, right? I can do all of these things, like I can change it to Dracula pie charm. And if I save the file, you'll notice here that, it's going to be in Dracula theme. So basically, having an idea of how to get to settings.json and just customize your VS Code is very useful. And the last thing to look at is going to be the key bindings section. So VS Code comes with a ton of separate key bindings that you might not be completely familiar with. The best thing to do is to go to the key bindings shortcuts section. And to do that, you do the same thing as how you opened your settings.json. So you can press Command-Shift-P on Mac, Control-Shift-P on Windows, and then you can just start typing keyboard shortcuts. And inside of preferences, you want to go to more so this one, because it's easier to see what's going on. The reason I have the Keybindings.json open is because this is, again, something that goes into my dot files. Whenever I update any settings, it gets reflected inside of this JSON file, and I update my dot files so that I'm always up to date with all of my proper key bindings. And so, say you don't know what Command-Shift-P does, right? Like, what does that command even do? Then what you can do is start typing Command-Shift-P. And here you go. You'll see all of the commands that are mapped to this key binding. So clearly there's show all commands, and then there's apparently this other one, which is quick open navigate previous info. Anyway, I don't know how to use this. I don't know what this one's doing, but the main thing I use Command-Shift-P for is showing all the commands. So there's another command that allows you to pick files, and that's called Command-P, right? And you can check out all your recent files that you have open. And so, you can also search Command-P. And changing these key bindings is pretty simple. You just go here, and then you press let's just say I want to change it to like Command M or something, right? You'll notice here that it added these two things inside of my keybindings.json. Basically what's going on here is you added a new command and you removed an old command. So Command P is not going to work to open files anymore. So if I press Command P, nothing's going to happen. That's what, it's removing here, and then it's adding Command M to do that same command. So if I press Command M, that's going to be file search. And of course, if I want to undo it, then I go to settings.json, because it's easier to undo things from settings.json, and I can keybindings.json, and then I can delete it. And if I save it, you'll notice here that the Command P key binding is back. So if I press Command P now, it's going to do the same thing. So the keybindings.json and shortcuts.json are very important. One, to help you learn specific commands inside of VS Code that you might not be familiar with, see what they do, see how they work. And two, if you ever change it, whether it's by purpose or by accident, you can go to keybindings.json to see what commands have been altered, and you can remove them or add them from here. So what are the three key things before you install VS Code? You need to know how to get extensions, you need to know how to change settings, and you need to know how to change your key bindings. And if you guys enjoyed what I talked about in this video, feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing for more suboptimal content just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.